Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Hey folks, how's it going out there? Welcome to the second show on the main channel today. Now, in the very near future, hopefully next week, this show will actually have a bit of a structure and somewhat of a purpose, but today it's really going to be just a pub chat where we talk about some current events and so on as we blither on, because we're just kind of sticking it up the algorithm's butt that there's going to be a Sunday evening show on the main Shills channel now. And also because I'm a proper idiot, and we had the idea and it was kind of talked about and not really to everybody and nobody really knew. And then I was like, let's do it. And that's how we ended up here. So goofy. Yeah. Glad you're with us. Hope you enjoy it, and let's see what we can make out of it.
Hey,
how's it going, Dunk? What the hell's happening?
Yeah, what's the hell happening? Oh, top story tonight. Caroline Levitt has got a new face.
Wow, really?
Yeah, she's been Mar-a-Lago'd. The Mar-a-Lago makeover.
Oh, was I supposed to show her already, or was I supposed to wait?
Oh no, I thought that was her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the,
No, yeah, she's gone and fucking done it. Oh, stupid woman.
Definitely Googling this.
Yes. Dave, find me a link and I'll pop it up here. I'll pop it up. We had a funny thing that happened earlier on the Ukraine show there, Dunk. Yeah, we were talking about Trump, America, and how America was kind of like an umbrella at a time that helped like smaller nations and stuff with USAID and so on and whatnot. And nowadays the Trump umbrella has got like serious holes in it, and standing under that thing, you get wet. And one of our viewers called it the Trumbrella, right? And so we had AI Alchemist in the chat there, one of our mods, do his magic with a couple of things. So here's a version of the Trumbrella, right? Here is another version of the Trumbrella. I think the YMCA happens to be playing in the background of that. You see that fist? He's going to do that fucking dance. And here's a more realistic approach to the Trumbrella. And that seems to be his foreign policy, to just leave everybody else out in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to play on that. We're going to have a Trumbrella, like probably a t-shirt you can buy, and we'll make a stupid little fake ad and have some fun next week with that. It'd be fun.
Thing is, don't give the idea to Trump, because then he'll start selling them.
Yeah. Gold plated.
Yeah. You want protection? You can get your own personal umbrella protection device.
Yeah, speaking of Trump and the grift, because the Wall Street Journal had this great thing, Dunk. I should have put the link in the green room, but dude did the math in a quick roundabout way and sort of went through financial things that have happened in the run up to and Trump becoming president again this term. And the Trump organization, like him and his idiot sons, have brought in about $3.5 billion since the start of the presidency.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever grifted the Oval Office like that before, man.
I think it's more than that. I think it's a lot more than that.
I wouldn't doubt, because he was conservative and very generous in a few places to give Trump the benefit of the doubt. And I wouldn't doubt it's a lot more than that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Golden showers. Yeah. That's what the two sons wake up to every day.
Hang on. He's got 3 sons.
Yeah. But one has to give so the others can receive. Right.
What's the youngest one? What's his name? Branston Pickle or whatever
Aaron.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that keeps out of the limelight.
Yeah, little vinegar.
Mm.
We should call him Gherkin.
Yeah, they're probably like priming him in like he's the Damien of the family, he's been spawned he's the love child of Trump and the devil, and he's been spawned as the Prince of Evil. And they're priming him to take over the White House after Trump.
Yeah. Here, I have a picture of him. Here, wait a second. I'm trying to get a good one. Yeah, here we go.
With glowing red eyes.
What? I don't understand. There we go. Yeah. There. It's Damien from South Park, right?
So photogenic.
Yeah, I had the red eye one, see, but it wasn't opening, right? Well, it was a funny episode from their early days when it was crazy. Yeah, Damien Von Baron or some, Yeah. Let the grift continue. There's the gold umbrella right there. That was good.
Yeah.
Though,
that's his golden dome that he's always promising.
Yeah, it turned out it's just to keep you dry out in the paved rose garden.
It will protect you from nuclear weapons. Well, from like 400 miles away. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to get on the Trump grift topic because here's the thing I don't quite understand. Crypto, when you're selling meme coins, is a complete grift, right? Everybody knows it. It's stupid. They're never going to be worth anything. You're just simply putting money up his butt. But Trump finally caught on to crypto and really got into it because he realized that there's some quick and easy money to be made. Trump has just recently announced that whole Trump phone thing because I think it's the first step to them going, wait a minute, subscriptions? You mean people will pay us monthly? We don't have to just sell them gold painted watches? I wouldn't doubt that some cool, or I mean, for them, but, nasty for the customer, Trump grifts of subscription shit will be coming out really soon.
Oh, I'm sure the whole federal government will be on a subscription basis for the American people.
Yeah, you have to sign up at $27.95 a month to get Medicaid. Well, isn't that insurance?
Yes, but gold level standards get free access to all the White House videos on YouTube.
Yeah. Except the bedroom ones because there isn't any.
Oh, talking of which, do you remember that? Do you remember that minute of video from the Epstein videos that disappeared? Miraculously. Oh, although it was apparently all the they all weren't working that moment. Because it's what it does, and so they don't have the video. And
I know.
No, we just found it. We just found it. There it is. It was under the desk all the time.
Yeah, we had Pam Bondi look directly in the camera and explain how there was never a missing minute because that minute didn't exist because of the technology.
Yeah,
it didn't exist before they made it.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Every time this administration turns around, they're caught in another lie.
Yeah. And that missing minute just shows some people getting up and heading towards the stairwell where Epstein's.
I'll also say that the video of the missing minute looks like somebody off camera rubbed Vaseline on the lens because it's less clear than the rest of the videos. Either that or how are these weird things that move look more like just a blob of black pixels instead of like it's very not good.
I reckon it's a compression. It's probably taken from a backup of a backup of a backup somewhere.
Could be. They probably did the whole Apollo 11 thing where they had to use cameras on a screen showing the actual feed, No,
they realized that they were actually streaming live to YouTube the whole night of video camera, and they've had to download a 240p video.
That's funny. You ever, what was his name there? Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD did that. He put a video on YouTube, downloaded it, put it on YouTube, downloaded it, and kept doing it until it was only about 16 blocks of color. That's all you got.
Yeah. Best video he ever did.
There's an argument to say that's true,
Yeah. I quite like it's no, 15-minute build up to a video. He just gets into it. It's just,
I lost a bit of respect for him when he did that puff piece interview thing with Apple, where Apple clearly scripted the conversation to him beforehand. It was pathetic. Louis Rossman ripped him a new asshole for that one.
Oh, he lost me at the subscription screensavers for your phone.
Oh, that was a bad one too. Yeah, what was it called? Panels or something?
I don't know. Basically, a picture.
Yeah. He tried to sell it to everybody as if you're helping support artists, right? Okay, good, but you still want me to spend $15 a month on a picture?
Yeah. Yeah, I could go down to a gallery and buy a painting and then take a photograph of it and stick that in there.
Yeah. Rotate my phone every day and have a slightly different version of it. But yeah, he's got his sneaker grift and stuff. But it's like when I see Linus Tech Tips going lttscrewdriver.com or whatever. I'm like, for God's sakes, you're a tech tip guy. I guess a screwdriver kind of makes sense, but nobody needed you to invent a screwdriver, No,
but he wanted to. or should I put it more likely, part of his team wanted to, and just persuaded him that they'll invent the best screwdriver ever, and they didn't really.
No, but he convinced a lot of people because holy shit, do they sell a lot of that crap? Like he makes a ton off that lttstore.com grift. It's not a grift. He does actually make sure they're really good products, but even still, it's like $270 to get a backpack. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Or water bottle, or what other shit they sell? I don't know. T-shirts and sweatshirt. Yeah. By the way, if you are wanting a sweatshirt or a T-shirt, go to the Shills grift. I mean store.
Yeah, well, we actually we do have a merch store, but I guess we can advertise it again because now I have a throwaway bank account I can sign up to use to get the money in. I hate giving an active real bank account to all these different companies. It scares the fuck out of me, right?
Yeah, you got to launder your money properly.
Yeah. But the merch store that we do have, it's at the fourthwall.com, whatever the hell it is. We'll get the link up. It does have some really cool like embroidery on the shirts and whatnot. And unlike some, I'm not going to call out any names or anything, but when we put the merch up, we take that little profit slider and slide it way down to the left compared to where it starts at. Like, we're not trying to make $30 a shirt or some stupid crap, you know? Yeah.
I remember doing that at T-Mill for my channel. It was just too much.
I know.
You feel like a fraud, you know?
I can barely get the price low enough. You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah. You're just doing it for the fans who want one. You're not. I don't know. I mean, there are some channels that kind of like thrive off that. You know, they're basically surviving off that kind of shit. But
yeah. You know. And I mean, if we were Gamers Nexus or something, or Cletus McFarlane there, we would have a couple of people working in a place making the merch and making the shirts, or at least receiving them and shipping them out and all that crap like they can do. And then you can lower the price and still make some cash. But we'll never make any real cash unless we try to sell t-shirts for $45. So why even bother? You know?
Well, we are still in negotiations with that small Indian village who will embroider the shirts for almost £1 a shirt. So we'll make a fortune off that.
And the pictures of the first children they sent in do look like they're
loving it,
capable of working. So yeah.
Most of them have still got their limbs. Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, exactly. We shouldn't have to move to the second village due to lack of fingers and limbs for at least 5 years. We'll be all right.
Yeah. And we just told them to keep breeding. Just make more.
We'll just send our £1 to another village instead.
Yeah. Well, we'll take our goat that we sent them and fuck off.
Oh God, we're gonna burn in hell. But anyway, we will get the link back in because it is something you can use again, because I will be able to actually retrieve the cash and then we can, do something with it, right now we sold like 4 things off that store, and I think they only owe us like $14.90 or something.
Wow.
What are you gonna do?
Well, that's not bad considering. That was only 4 things.
Yeah, everything's got like $2, $1.80, $2.20 or something profit margin. That's really it, man.
I get all my Shills merchandise off Temu. It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
They just can't spell Shills properly, so never mind. It says shits.
Yeah, but Manuel, he's trying, man. He's working at it. So the world is a very screwed up place these days.
It's still round.
Yeah. So here, let me give you, everybody that's watching here right now, let me give you just an idea. So this time next week, when you're watching this show, everybody that's on the show, really good chance Commander McMillan will be on. We might have Slavy on, not 100%, but we're working on it. Everybody that's on the show will bring 2 or 3 news articles. And then, so if you have 5 people on the show and you have a show that's going to be an hour and a half or 2 hours, you figure it out. And each topic, each news or event or whatever that somebody brings up will end up getting 12 to 13 minutes of lip service or something, right? And so we'll have a little clock run for each topic. And then when it's done, we go to the next one. And, we'll try to leave like 2 minutes in between so that we can get a couple of viewer questions in. That's kind of the idea of what it's going to be.
That's good to know. I must have missed the meeting.
We
meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so and then I talked to Commander McMillan today, and he was like, "Well, what if 3 people have the same link, or the same story?" And I was like, "Well, that's a good point." So I think what we do is maybe just like a shared document where during the week you just have it linked in on your phone. If you're reading the news, you go, "Oh, I'm going to do that one," right? And just put it in the list.
Yeah, well, you just do the same thing we do on the Discord, so you can always make sure you know what other people are doing.
Yeah. Do it in the Discord. We'll have a room for the Sunday show, right? Each week everybody puts in a couple. Yeah.
See, the thing is, we could actually play a bit of a. Stop it!
I'm really sore today, and every time I touch myself,
stop talking about yourself. Stop talking about yourself. We're not interested. Now, yeah, let's talk about me. Because I was thinking there's a new game we could play. You know that kind of like game where you have like a whole load of objects on the table and you swap one thing out to see what's different. And you have to guess,
ecstasy and cocaine. Yes, I know that game.
Well, what we could do that with news items. And so, like this week in the news, what's different with the world?
Oh, dude. You're not wrong, actually, because we could put the topics on the old spin the wheel trick and use that.
Yeah.
Right? We've got a spin the wheel thing.
Yeah.
But you could end up with a moment where it's like, oh, okay, it's Dave's turn again, and
yeah. No, I mean, yeah, no, it's literally just got to be. Can you spot the difference with the world this week? What's happened? Which article has made the big change this week?
Punk just turned us into Where's Waldo? It's one of those.
Well, we could do that if you want.
We're a spot the difference thing now. We'll just put 2 pictures up.
I mean, well, let's face it. Last week it was Where's Trump?
That's true. Yeah. Oh, we could turn it into like a Dora the Explorer type thing. This week, which missing world leader are we going to find?
And today's topic will be going through the round window.
Bring back rainbow.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Humpty and Marabella? What do you think? Where should we? What's her name? Mumble. You're talking about rainbow. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, Bungo, you're so great. Oh, stop it, Henry. You're zippy. You're just embarrassing.
Yeah.
We're bouncing our balls together. Are you bouncing your balls at home?
I like playing with my penis.
That couldn't have been creepier.
Yeah.
Clap it.
Are you sure it's yours that you're playing with?
I'm playing with bungles. Oh, Matthew, you're so bad. Oh, I can't do bungle. Well, everybody else did. Anyway.
Honestly have no idea what's going on anymore.
Yeah, we did that. We're just dropping into the deep trenches of British children's television. Oh, we could go Hearty Hair. Hearty Hair was great. Oh, yes.
If you guys watch this when you're children, no wonder you come out the way you do.
Oh God,
really?
No, some of the programs back in our days, they really were designed just to fuck children up.
Oh, you guys are the ones that created that show In the Night Garden, so I completely agree. Yeah, hey, what we need to do is create LSD for babies. Yeah.
Yeah. Wurzel Gummidge, which is basically a story about a tramp who isn't alive. You got what else you got? It's crazy shit. Pob. Just spits at the camera all the time.
Yeah, Teletubbies, like you guys just embraced. That was ecstasy personified, right? Yeah. That was one step away from legitimizing furries. You know that, right?
That was a different program. Yeah. That was on late night TV.
My mother at Easter, I was trying to see her more often, right? 'Cause we sometimes only see her some years on at Christmas, so we decided, right, we'll go see her at Easter and other times of the year.
What's she doing time for?
We sat down. We sat down. We watched. We were trying to set up her YouTube for a TV, basically, and she ended up showing us some of the things that she watched in sort of the 50s and 60s during her childhood. And then it came up with, can't remember the actual name of the program, but there was, Dunk, you'll probably know.
Yeah,
there was
probably.
like these wooden puppets, and
Yeah.
I can't actually use the word that they used for the black puppet.
Oh my God.
Right. Right. I didn't even know this was a thing. My mum's just sat there saying it out loud.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Mum.
Singing it down the street. Singing the theme tune.
Yeah. It all turned out all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a scary experience with a somewhat culturally inappropriate person when I was just getting married. My fiance at the time, sadly, and myself got together with her grandma and grandma's newish boyfriend, who is a lifelong military guy and whatnot. I mean, at this point, they were like, 85 years old. I think grandma right now is like 118 and still kicking the shit out of people who skateboard on her lawn, But so we show up at this really cool place in town where they do bento box, all kinds of stuff and whatnot. And it's very family oriented. So the girl comes over, takes our order. They have no idea what to order, especially this guy. And so we put in the order for everybody. And as the girl's walking away, he starts doing that shit from like the 60s. Doing, choing, boing, doing, making fun of the way. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, holy fuck. I was like, I got to go out for a smoke.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't be seen, Like, I was like, what just fucking happened, man? You know?
That's for Chinese people, not Japanese.
But it was so
get your racism on target, for crying out loud.
It was so bad, man. I remember being like 6 years old in the 70s, and we'd go to a Chinese restaurant, my mom, dad, and I, and some asshole in the booth beside us would do that. And my father would lean over and say, do that again, and I'll drag you out of here and kick your fucking head in,
Yeah, I mean that sort of shit was still on like British television, well into the 90s. People doing racism as in a form of comedy that does not go down well in history. Blacking faces and all kinds of shit. It's still going on well into the 90s, and
noughties too. With Little Britain. I mean,
Little Britain too. Yeah, well, that was just disgraceful.
Oh, I remember Sebastian Vettel, 4-time Formula One world champion with Red Bull Racing. He was a guest on Top Gear, and they were talking about him being a real Anglophile or whatever, like he's really into British stuff. And they talked about him liking Little Britain, but he said, but then when they start playing Hide the Sausage, I'm like, and so I Googled Little Britain and I saw the two dudes that star in the show, and I instantly was like, I bet I agree with him.
Yeah.
I don't know the show though, but yeah.
Bloody David Williams. I've never liked him, the pompous, self-important git.
I guarantee I have no idea who you're talking about, but if I showed a picture of the two of them in the interview on Top Gear, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yeah, man, because he was exactly that in the interview.
He's an acclaimed
current news for you here, people. Suck it up. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I only said he's an acclaimed children's author now.
Because he can get away with writing shit for children.
That's not scary at all.
Well, and he can get Quentin Blake to do the sort of
get decent people to finish it off.
Yeah.
Mexi Girl says, I miss the real Top Gear. Oh, yeah, me too. Although, in saying that, somebody could say the old version where they used the real actual album version of the song, right, as the intro. I don't miss that version. It was a little bit dull.
You've probably seen then it's been rebranded as Top Gear Classic on YouTube.
Yeah. I had to do don't recommend channel because it just kept coming up. It's just too much. YouTube can't understand. Well, YouTube can't understand if I watch a video where somebody's re-engineering like a Honda K24 engine to handle a bit more boost, and they're going to do a billet build of the block and yada yada. You get my point. That doesn't mean that I want to watch some 6-minute car review from 1977 or something. YouTube can't figure it out, you know.
What's funny is the format of Top Gear. It's known as a magazine show, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when you see the repeats of it on, we usually get repeats on the channel called Dave over here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. But yeah, it comes on. It comes on repeats, and it's like going into a dentist waiting room. You're reading a magazine from 1976. Yeah. Brilliant. And it's almost pointless. I know they did some great shows, but just repeat them over and over and over again.
And it's okay for a quick nostalgia hit one night in a year when you're having a couple of drinks at home and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. That's cool. But then you wake up and YouTube's like, here's 40 more of them.
Amazon does the same. Amazon, if I buy something like Brighton FC related for my sister's boyfriend, it'll come out with, and other people also bought this from West Ham United. It's like, no, they didn't.
No, they didn't. There's only 3 people support that team anyway. So.
Well, yeah. They're far more tribal.
Yeah, most of them can't afford it. They're too busy painting, St. George's crosses on roundabouts.
Then I did see that the other day. I did see that sort of vaguely locally. Yeah, and you know what? I don't have a problem with the flag. I have a problem with the shoddiness of the execution. Right.
No, my problem is it's patriotism. It's racism disguised as patriotism. Yeah, that's that too. Yeah, but then we've been a kind of like racist fucking country for years.
I think, yeah. I mean, you can just see that from the football as well. On away days for internationals, we're just a bunch of dickheads.
I watched an ITN news item. Well, it was like a long format interview sort of thing from the Lewisham riots in 1977 or something, where you had like the National Front doing a march through a street in Lewisham, and all the anti, neo-Nazis, getting into a scuffle with them, but the police were like protecting the National Front and the
Judean People's Front.
The Popular Front, and and the newscasters seem to be in line with the National Front, which is probably one of the most racist fucking fronts in the country. But they're having a go at the people who were like throwing stones at them. It's really weird. But that was a long time ago, and it's still going on.
I mean, I don't really have all this perspective because I've only seen a little bit of the Tommy Robinson stuff and whatever. Like, is it worse now? Is it better? Like,
it's not worse, but it's growing in support.
Okay,
it's like Nigel Farage is, his bloody party is gaining ground.
Did you see? Sorry to interrupt. Did you see any of you probably don't know sort of the micro level politics, like anything below national level you probably haven't heard. So we have like mayors for big cities, right? And there's one of them that has just been elected for reform. Have you seen Dunk? Andrea Jenkins, I think her name is, and she came out on stage at the reform conference singing. Have you seen this video?
What was she singing? What was she singing?
She sang her own song.
I have American Pie.
I have insomnia. And it's like, what the f are you doing? This is brilliant.
Germany belongs to me.
Maybe it was written by Bjork or something, you know?
Kommt der Vaterland.
I'm going to have to find another Canadian to get some balance in here.
Yeah. You don't want any balance. Balance are horrible little creatures, not pointy teeth.
I tried to bring balance to the Force once, and all I got was shit about talk of metachlorians. So
yeah. So so you killed like 14 children. Hey, I was just trying to bring balance. Keep bringing it up every single fucking time. You have to mention the kids I murdered. Yeah.
Was a dark moment in the thing, man,
And the Sand People. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say ragheads.
Yeah.
No. Racism in Star Wars. Brilliant.
Oh, my God. Oh, I guess we should have put this show on the other channel.
Yeah. The one you don't mind losing.
Yeah. Let's bring it back to within an ounce of semblance of, class and taste here.
Yeah, that's in the green room. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to put it on stream, but just so you know, that's there now. It's 30 seconds, and it's the worst thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, no, that looks like there's a few reasons not to put it up, but I'm sure we'll get from it for sure. Some claims and stuff. Crazy. Yeah. Speaking of claims and stuff, that whole thing. I talked about this already. Universal Music Group is going buck wild right now all over YouTube, claiming anybody who uses more than like 2 seconds of a Universal Music song.
Yeah, or a note.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what's going on right now. YouTube is totally being weaponized. And claims that have already been settled on the defendant's side, the person who used the clip for a video or whatever, are now being refiled, which is completely against YouTube policy. What's YouTube doing? Letting it happen because, hey, it's Universal Music Group.
Who is the Universal Music Group? Who are they?
Well, they're
and don't say they're a music group and they're Universal.
Yeah, no, but they're, Universal Studios, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's that's why it's called the group now, right?
All right.
Yeah, they've renamed it to UMG because everybody in the industry, like myself and whatnot, learned to hate Universal, right?
Right. So, we could boycott all their movies.
Yeah. Well, pirate them, just don't give them money.
Yeah. I'll still work on them. You can give me fucking money. That's not a problem, but just don't watch them.
Yeah. I'll pirate them. You work on them, right?
In fact, that works fine because most of the films I'd work on, I don't watch anyway. So,
hey, we got a shout out to do here. UTV and Ham in the chat there threw a direct Ko-fi donation in, the $5 one too. Funds for priority from Ham. Yeah, cool. Thanks, UTV. Really cool, man. Awesome. We should put out a notice that we've got the Car for Ukraine fundraiser going on as well. We'll get the link in the chat here. I'm sure as I'm saying it, somebody on the team is figuring it out in the background. So, yeah, because it's going okay. A little bit slow, but
did you show the folks on the Ukraine show the lovely images from my cruiser? I bet you forgot, didn't you? You forgot. Yeah, you forgot.
Yeah, I had them all set up to use on Saturday, and because that fell apart, it got forgotten today. You're not wrong. Yeah, here.
Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to worry.
Well, I've got Claire sent me a thing here. Hold on.
I want it back now. It's all painted up. Looks great. Do you think they'll deliver?
Yeah. Could you DoorDash me a paint job like that?
I was thinking actually, instead of like, handing them the car over and, selling it to them like a cheap price, what we should have done is just like have them do it up with just like big banners, car through Ukraine, with a web address. And then I just drive it around in the UK as an advert.
That's a good idea, actually, right?
Yeah, but with your sort of painting skills that we've seen from the Starsky portrait, you could have just done it yourself.
Yeah, there's a thing there too, right?
Do you know how long it takes to paint that with acrylics and a 1-inch brush?
A little while.
4 minutes.
Yeah. Having a real hard time here with Apple's stupid Finder. Fuck, sometimes I hate this garbage.
Oh, for God's sake.
So that was a question I was going to ask you too, actually, because you sort of know everything about tech and whatever. So I was saying about bother me. If I am going to replace this laptop, I was thinking about going in the sort of Apple direction just because of interoperability or whatever the word is between all the devices I already have. But if I am streaming, what should I go for? What sort of price range and all of that?
I don't know about current ones.
I kind of do. It really depends. Like, are you going to have a show of 8 people on? Are you going to have more like the one-on-one interview thing going? Are you going to suffer through something like Google Meets, or are you going to use VDO, which takes some more horsepower to run? There's some technical questions that would have to be asked before that question has a true answer that could be put out.
Sure. If I did it through, like if I kept StreamYards as a backup, I would prefer it to probably do my own thing through OBS Studio or something like that. But I would obviously have to still look. We're using Video Ninja, and that seems to be pretty good.
Well, we're only using Video Ninja as a replacement for Google Meets. I still have OBS here, and I'm pushing it like a bitch, right? Everything's done through OBS. Video is just the video chat side, right?
So I guess my default setting would just be go for the maximum capacity, and then if I just use less, then I just use less, and then that's
the way to look at it is this: if you overspend now, it just lasts you longer, right? Like I have I have a Mac Studio, and they're on M4 now. But if you want the Ultra chip, the Ultra version of their computers, they only have an M3. Well, I have an M1 Ultra with 64 gigs of RAM. And before this, I had a decent PC, and I was beating the shit out of it. But my M1 Ultra Mac Studio with 64 gigs of RAM, I'm using 47% of the GPU and 39% of the CPU to do this show. And I've already had this computer for a couple of years. I bought it used. Right. And that means I'm going to get at least another 4 or 5 years out of this thing.
Okay. That's better than this one.
Right. And an M1 Ultra at 64 gigs of RAM used. I mean, I bought mine, 2.5 years ago or whatever it was, and I paid 3,000 Canadian for it. I wouldn't doubt that you could buy one of these for £1,500. And it's a monster for what we do.
I mean, if you're buying a laptop, like a new MacBook Pro, obviously, you probably don't need to go like the full Ultra. You could, the Max would probably be fine. Just make sure you got decent memory, 64 gig. You have to pay through the nose for that. So you'll be paying for it. But the thing is, I have no idea what a PC equivalent would be if you wanted to go to the same. Well, I'll shut up then.
Yeah. But like Dunk is saying, an M4 Max is probably what you'd want to get 5 years of streaming out of your system. But that's more expensive than what I have, as a used, and you'll get 5 years out of it. So, right?
I've just
And
realized
my lappy's 10 years old, and it's still going fine.
Yeah. And
Okay.
if you're going to compare like an M1 Ultra to a PC, it would be like buying an AMD Ryzen. I think you'd be looking at like one of those newer X3D types. The thing is like on the PC, there's not that many 20 core 20 CPU core chips, and it's a little bit hard to match. But you'd be looking at a GPU of like a 3080, maybe a 4080, because the 40 series wasn't that big of a jump, but then the 50, it's kind of convoluted. But you would be looking at spending more on a PC than you could buy my computer for used to get its same power for a streamer right now. Because the PC market is expensive right now.
I mean, okay, all of that is like brand new tech for tech, you know.
Brand new PC to match mine would be $3,000.
Or to match, like, you know, the Mac, you know, the MacBook Pro.
I'm not sure there, because you're talking about laptops and they have thermal issues and shit. That's why I went to the studio. Mine never slows down because of heat. No, it's impossible, right? I don't advocate laptops for people unless you truly need to move your computer around. A desktop is always cheaper and more powerful, and you can get a bigger screen for what they're charging you for that fucking laptop one. I don't believe in laptops. I really don't.
Interesting. I also want to use like Adobe products, but I realize you might also be against them. So please advise. Because if I'm making these games and stuff like that, I don't want to.
I'm paying the you know, the blood money to Adobe.
Yeah. And Adobe software, if you like even go on Linus Tech Tips channel, he'll be the first to say, because he has said it many times, they switched all their editing bays and stuff at their company to Apple because it's just so much more stable on Apple to run that fucking Adobe software.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, it depends what you want. I mean, are you talking?
And
Photoshop?
He hates Apple.
Are you talking Photoshop, Premiere, or
more
Illustrator?
Illustrator and Premiere Pro for the video editing.
Yeah.
If I need to make like adverts for the games, that sort of thing.
If you get a Mac for like $200, you could buy Final Cut Pro, and for what you would want to do, it's far better than Premiere. If I was to chip in here,
I don't know what a alternative to Illustrator is. That's kind of like that's why I asked, because Illustrator is kind of a, you know,
well, it's a vector, right?
Yeah. But I don't know what out there is, you know, a good equivalent.
There is a couple of really good vector apps on Mac, but when you're dealing with what Dave's going to be doing and giving people files for print and production and blah blah, just use Adobe. It just makes everything easier.
I do have like an Illustrator Lite on my iPad, you know, on my iPad Pro.
Does it plug in USB and you mean a light version? Yeah. I actually thought you meant like, no, I wasn't kidding. I thought you meant like a book reading light for a second. And I thought you were going to say it makes the contrast better or some shit, you know?
What would I do with a book?
I don't know. You can't read, you know?
It's toilet paper.
Oh, don't talk to me about toilet paper. Yeah. So
I have the same, like,
because the thing is with Illustrator, it's like really, really, really good. It's really in depth, but you're probably like me and still use Illustrator in the same ways you did like 10 years ago, and all the new features that are available on it that you're paying for, you're never going to touch.
I use Illustrator like it's still before the CS series.
Yeah.
You know, I use it as if I'm still using like a Pentium 4. you know, like Illustrator 7 or whatever, you know. You know, like I think the last time I used Illustrator was when I was trying to make the masks we use for laying out the show, and you were like, "Kid, I'll do it, you fucking moron."
Yeah. Yeah, I did it in After Effects.
Yeah. But yes, now there's one thing. If you're listening to this and thinking, blah blah blah, hey, if you play PC games, stay on PC. Trust me, don't go to Mac. You'll be so like, how many fucking versions of Bejeweled can you play? You know, don't. No,
you can play Quacky Duck on the on the Mac. Whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like Flappy Bird, but it only runs at 15 frames per second because you know
it's like Frogger, you know, for advanced. They did come out with a few cute games. You know, they're arcade that they promoted as arcade, and you know it was kind of like
that app.
It was fairly cheap, you know, as a subscription basis to access all their games. I don't know if anybody uses it anymore. I don't know. I don't know what's on it.
I literally refuse.
I mean, Apple just don't talk about it. You just got to find out yourself. You never see Tim Apple talking about it. Apple is so greedy with their services revenue these days. You can search for Apple's own apps in the App Store, and other shit comes up first because they're paying. So boom. All right then. It's unbelievable, man. You know?
I think they still do. I'm checking the watches. They still do games on the watch as well. I don't know. Last time I played them, they weren't very good.
Well, of course not. They're tiny.
2048. God, no. You just can't do anything with it.
I remember when I got my first Apple Watch, and I thought you would just inject the apps from whatever's on your phone. But no, it has an app store unto itself. I'm not fucking around with my watch like that. I just need to know who's texting me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, is this good for tracking your run or something? But it's, other than that, it's...
I need to be tracking my runs in a minute.
Yeah, but you're not leaving the house. There's a difference.
Do you remember the days when a watch used to tell the time?
Sometimes it even could do math.
Oh, with a little calculator built in.
Yeah. I got in shit for taking one of those to school because I was cheating. I wasn't in math class.
Yeah, I know that phrase. Well, you won't have a calculator in your pocket when you grow up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll have the internet. Fuck.
Hey Siri, what's the result of this sum?
Yeah.
They also said that,
hang on. My phone just fucking went off.
did your phone go off at 3:00 yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Yeah.
Today wasn't it? Yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. What,
with the
emergency thing?
Yeah, the emergency test. I was just thinking that's a brilliant time for Russia to attack. Because like everyone's going, oh yeah, we've got an emergency message. Yeah. Missiles are on their way. No, it's a test. This is a test. No, this one's for real now.
If we could just go back to watches for 1 second. I was always one of those kids that loved all the cool watches, and my father was an import purchase guy for a big retail chain. So when the FM radio watch came out, I had it. You know, when the first of those stupid ass video games watches were coming out way back when, I had them, right? But one that I got and I kept forever for fucking with people was an infrared watch. It had an infrared beamer on it, so you could use it to change the channels on your TV and stuff. And what I would do is, because you get this little piece of paper and it would tell you, like, for the TV, put in this code or whatever. So I always kept that in my wallet, and I'd go to sports bars and check out the brand of the TV and just fuck with jocks by changing the channel on them in really important moments and shit while I was getting drunk, laughing my head off with my buddies. And nobody, like, you don't have a remote. I just checking the time, man. You know? It was so fun.
So you didn't have a watch, like a Bond watch that's got like a massive magnet that can unzip a lady's dress, yet still not fuck up the Swiss machine mechanism that's running the actual watch.
Dude, I'll just say this. There's not a bra that's been made that I can't just flick with one go.
He's tried all grandmas.
3 hook, 2 hook, single hook, front hook, don't matter. As soon as you feel, you know what it is, and you can do it.
You just like
himself.
You just like the fond. You just come in and snap your fingers and it just like fly off.
Oh, that's funny. White fishy in the chat. Sports bra, yeah, it's not going to really work then. But if you had one little side of a fingernail that was sharp enough, you could just, you know.
That's why you had that watch with a pair of scissors built in.
Imagine a Swiss Army watch. It would weigh like 16 pounds, but you could literally, you know, skin a bear with it.
Yeah, pick your teeth. Yeah, and use those tiny tweezers to pick up tiny things.
Yeah. And it's what's his name there? Matt, the guy that has Tecmo, the website. He's got a Swiss Army knife that must be that wide. Like it must have 150 attachments that flip open in it. And he uses that when he starts working his way into an old stereo. And the damn thing doesn't spin properly because the screwdriver's on the side, right? It's so awkward watching him do it. Drives me crazy every time. Like, just get a screwdriver. Stop showing me that knife, you know?
I remember when my brother got his Swiss Army knife for his 21st birthday. Oh, he's so proud.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I remember in the 70s, I got one from my dad. It had like, I don't know, 16 or 17 flip outs, you know, it had the toothpick and the blah, blah and whatnot. And to me, that was just the coolest thing ever, you know?
Yeah, I prefer the Leatherman. I'm a Leatherman guy.
Are you? My dad was a Bowie knife, whatever his name is, guy. He had one of those big fucking, you know, monster things.
He had a David Bowie knife.
Yeah, I wonder if Ziggy Stardust took one of those to space. Is that, you know?
He cut up the spiders from Mars.
Yeah, no, the Leathermans now are awesome. Like they're really cool. Flip out too.
Yeah, I don't have a new modern one. I've just got a fucking old one, but it's still great.
Yeah. Yeah, mine says Leather Woman, but I think it's the same, you know.
Yeah, yours is a modern woke one.
Yeah, it has the bra and attacher thing, right?
It's a leather person. actually, even just a leather person, that's already it's like you're making suggestions. So you can't really put a leather person. It's just like rugged material person.
I'm going to put that on my welcome mat in front of my front door. Welcome, the leather people are.
Latex time available.
Yeah. If you're wearing satin, bugger off, okay? I've already told the Bee Gees we're not having a concert here.
Well, I don't know. Satin, leather, and latex all mixed together. Ooh, there's a combo. That's a combo you can't get from KFC.
Yeah, no, put the satin away. I'll take silk, thank you.
Nylon. At least it can cause a spark, light a fag with it.
Yeah. Yeah, rayon, so it melts into you when it gets hot, you know. So what does everybody hope that will come this week? I am wagging my little news tail a little bit about the fact that a whole bunch of Epstein survivors have seemed to have decided that they are going to get together and make a list of people they saw and whatnot. But that one cool chick with the nice curly hair that said that first in that big press conference they had, you know, she
The
was
model.
she was interviewed today by MSNBC, and she didn't just call it a list, she called it a client list, and was very clear in her language.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of damage that they could do if they chose to, and I love the fact that
I think they're on the verge of it. I think there's too many angry girls in that club.
I love the fact that it's the and I hate to say it's Marjorie Taylor Greene and some of the
Can't
other
believe it. I know it's
and some of the other people who are involved in that, you know, senators and stuff, are actually going to take these documents to Congress because they know full well if the girls released it, they basically said they'll be, you know, sued at home. But they can do it. They can take it into Congress and read the list out impartially, and nobody gets into trouble.
exactly.
I think that's brilliant.
And they have enough support to make that happen now, it seems, doesn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like an idle threat or whether it follows through.
I saw some very emotional faces on the women that were at that initial big press conference, and I think this is no idle threat. Dave, sorry.
No, I just agreed. I mean, it's still like, I still don't understand why all of the other Republicans, other than like the three or whoever, have come forward. Like, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever other than trying to defend pedophiles. Right? There's no other reason.
I think that those Republicans know better, would normally do better, but they are convinced that the cult of Trump is going to stay in power, and as such, they won't go against. That's what I think we're seeing.
But the thing is, if you compare it, it's like all the 1970s UK DJs all had a political party, and they were going to keep all the documents secret that would incriminate their buddies and Jimmy Savile, his Lord Jimmy Savile, and all that kind of stuff. They're going to keep it all quiet, so nobody finds out. And well, I don't. Thing is, actually, when we'll go back and look at it, I'm not even too sure why the investigations just stopped at what's her name, Griselda, and
State Grizzle, yeah.
Well, why did the investigation stop at Ghislaine and Jeffrey? Because it was like a worldwide organization. Yeah. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if a lot of people who were part of that organization, probably no longer part of it, but they're doing their own independent sex trafficking.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they already learned, so they move on and do their that's you work training under a chef and you go off and blah blah, right?
Exactly, it's in job training, isn't it?
Yeah, like internship, right?
Yeah.
I just got to show you guys here something. We were doing a gag thing earlier. AI Alchemist in the chat there. We're doing a thing where we've got this monkey Trump thing going on. He's been working on. It's really cool. And we were talking about having like our little raccoon.
He's not a monkey. He's a shit gibbon.
Oh, okay. There you go. Sorry. Right. So we were talking about having Buckchuck fuck with them, right? Our raccoons. So here's one that's ready to show. Right? He's going after him, chasing him right out the White House, right? And I got a couple of more that are earlier in our little private chat. I'll dig them up for you in a second here, everybody.
Well, we've already got a great video of Buckchuck chasing Trump off the field, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh my God, that one has audio? I didn't fucking know that. Oh, okay. Wait till you hear this. Here, hold on. Shit. Yeah. Here, where's the other one? That's Gags full screen. Where's Buckchuck? There he is. Dunk rotoscoped that out frame by frame, man.
No, I didn't. I keyed it because it was against a green track. Remember?
Oh shit! At least you're honest. You. Here,
do you remember when we had that video? We showed that. I said, "Fucking hell! It's against a green. It's against a green background. I can key that out. Brilliant."
Yeah. I do remember now. Sorry, I had this unmuted, so that was interrupting you at the same time. Let me get this set up. I think that's about right.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. What's going on there? There we go. Okay. Yeah. So here, this one's got some audio too. Watch this. So if you look under my name on the screen, that's our little raccoon Buckchuck that, he points out the donations. That's why we call him Buckchuck.
Hey, Sergeant Buckchuck, he's got the stripes.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Right.
Thank you for your service.
Here, hold on. Let me just play that one more time because it's funny as hell. Just gives him the full bat attack, man. Fuck you. 1 sec. I need a beer.
Great. That's great.
Oh, he's good, isn't he? Carpathian. Let's give him a shout out now and again.
You just did.
Yeah. And you can go into the description as well. AI Alchemist is also a man for hire. So, if you need something done to fuck with a relative, have the best social media post you ever saw, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Check him out.
In 1972, a crack squad of Navy SEALs was disappeared, and they became AI Alchemist, a Carpathian. If you can find him, he's available for hire. he's taking out drug lords that are incriminating a small little family business in California. Yeah, he's out there. He's like Batman.
When you meet him in the parking lot, it's easy to tell because he's got a lot of chains.
He doesn't fly anywhere, and he doesn't like fools. I pity the fool.
It's funny. I used to have a gag. I pity the fool. I don't have that one loaded up. I got to get the bigger Stream Deck so I have more buttons. I really do.
Well, you just get some more buttons. I mean,
it's the idea.
My mum had a whole tin full of buttons. You can, I'll just send you those. You just got to blue tack them onto your desk, and you got loads of buttons now.
There we go. Buttons I'll have to pay to import, and I have to use a product we don't have to put them up. This is gonna work.
I love the fact you say I'm going to have lots of buttons, and then you have you're behind you got like 30 guys from Panto.
I got a lot more that I could, oh man, I haven't put them all up yet.
He's got all the buttons.
I've gotten so many things sent that I would literally, I already have to do everything because you notice it's too wide now, but there's so many things to put up. Sometimes I can't tell if my head's in the way or not because I can't sit here and put the shit up at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I've asked the Kraken group in Kharkiv to send you my Land Cruiser when they're finished with it, so you can put it up on the wall behind you.
Awesome. I'll hang it with like fishing line so it looks like it's in action,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. You might need a bigger room.
Well, stronger ceilings, so, you know.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey,
I played that for me.
I wonder if we can, you remember Felix, falling in love with that bus
that
model.
guy. What's his? Oh, my son, right? Yeah.
Your son. Remember him?
Yeah.
He fell in love with that like model bus thing, and it was like collectors, car, people who make special things.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could find someone who could do like a special, run of the Toyota Land Cruiser in the khaki green. Oh, with the livery and all the stickers and everything on it.
That would be a really cool thing.
That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That's right up there with how I've always wanted to get a run of Buckchuck raccoon stuffies made.
Yeah.
But we need people to pre-order a bit because we'd have to spend like, I don't know, $4,000 up front to have the fucking things made, right? We don't have that. But that would be cool. Very much so. What do we got for time? Okay, not bad. 5:20 here on the West Coast. Is there any time zone besides Eastern United States that's referred to as Eastern Time Zone? I mean, we only have 24-hour time or 24 time zones, right? Ish.
Or maybe a few extra.
Yeah. Is there anybody else besides Eastern USA that has Eastern in it? Yeah, well, Maritimes, but they're still in what we consider the Eastern time zone, right? Pacific, Central, Mountain, Eastern, right? Isn't that how it works? Pacific, Mountain, Central, Eastern. Sorry, that's stupid.
I don't know if they have it Eastern, but I'm pretty sure North Korea has like a half hour.
Do they?
For no reason.
Yeah. I just dawned in the chat was like more than 24. There's some halves. Yeah, I realized that because even Newfoundland in Canada has a half hour thing, right? As I said it, I was like, yeah, stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. And nobody has an upper or lower.
Well, Australia is pretty wide. They must have a couple of time zones, but I don't think they refer to any of them as Eastern, do they?
No, but they're on Southern Hemisphere, so their clocks run backwards.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, they can't piss in a toilet without the water going the wrong way.
Yeah, that's why it's still the 1970s in Sydney.
Well, Africa has an Eastern time, Australia too. Okay. So, because I put in a group chat, hey, we're going live today, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then later on, somebody said, is that North American Eastern? And I was like, is there another? And I never, because when I'm like, I interact with a lot of you folks like Brits and Europeans and stuff. And most of you only have one time zone, really. There might be two because of where the country is, but nobody has a need for like all the names the way North American does. I just never even considered it.
Well, there is only one time zone. It's the one in Britain. So, fuck the rest of the world. It's not our fault you're all behind us.
No, considering I have the streaming computer, I think you're a little too far ahead.
I'm always far ahead.
It's the first time that's ever been said.
I remember the last time I had sex.
Well, at least you can remember it.
Come on, hurry up, I'm nearly done. Come on.
Yeah.
Quick, I can see the policeman walking down the road. Hurry up.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to get back in the pub and grab a beer, you know.
He's got about 100 paces to go. Go on, get over there.
Yeah. Stop bobbing your head over the bush.
What do you mean you're supposed to not spank the clitoris? Sorry, where were we?
I'm not really sure, to be honest.
I think I blacked out. That wasn't me. That was somebody else.
If only.
I think that deserves a now for something completely different.
Yeah. Here, I got that. Where is it?
And now for something
Get over
completely
there.
different.
I got that too, you know. What do we got here? Okay. I have to watch
You press the button. You go on. Come on.
Well, I'm just having to watch the time a little bit because I do have to make sure to get the oven on to warm up my son's supper.
I thought you were going to say to warm up the house. This is just what Canada does.
Yeah, a two-level townhouse. That's gonna work well. My electric bill is $800, but I live in icicles.
What did Felix think his money was going towards?
At that rate, he would never have money. No.
Yeah. Irish buses. That's what he thinks his money's going towards.
Yeah. I'm dealing with the electric bills from air conditioning right now. And where I live, I mean, it gets up to 42 Celsius, right? It gets really hot. And you remember what was it? About a year and a half ago, Dunk, I bought that $600 AC unit for my downstairs.
Yeah.
My electric bills went from like $240 a month in summer because of AC usage to like $150. It was unbelievable dramatic. It was a $600 air conditioner, but it is totally paying for itself. In its second summer, I'm saving. It's wicked. And it's so quiet. It's so quiet. Oh, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, but I used to like doing a mean standard. I mean, I won't know until you show me the spreadsheet of what the temperatures were like the year before, the hours of usage, and I mean, you just come up with guesses now. You could be saving money. You might not. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Using it less. It might be cooler.
Oh, actually, it was hot as hell here this year, and we had way less forest fire action, so we have more direct sunlight, and as such, it was really hitting us. And my electric bills are like fuck all compared to what they used to be. It's serious, man.
So what you're saying, to reduce your electricity bills, you need to reduce the amount of sunlight hitting Canada, therefore start more forest fires.
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
What I want to see is burning timber all over the place because it could save me at least $10 or $15. But no, this year
raccoon carcasses.
Yeah, but this year has been really clear skies for the most part, and we've had some unbelievably hot days. We've been running that AC like a mofo or whatever, and my bills are just so low.
So
it's amazing.
So not enough cloud seeding then, and not enough chemtrails in the sky.
Does anybody have a pistol that works through?
What about one of those giant UFOs? Like in Independence Day, that just like parks over your house and just like cools the area down. Not enough alien invasions.
Every time I see one of them, I figure you're being dropped off. To be honest,
not enough alien invasions, chemtrails, or forest fires.
We've got Commander McMillan in. How's it going, buddy? What's happening?
I finished blueberry picking, so I can join you.
Dear God, I can't believe you just said that. Really? That's pretty cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Your bionics must be working pretty good if you're out doing some berry picking.
Well,
he has to turn it up when if Farmer McGregor actually finds him.
Falling over, grabbing
Get off my land.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, glad you made it. Cool. We got about another half an hour or so here before sign off time. I ordered enough pizza and chicken for Felix that I've already got his supper here. All I have to do is heat it up after.
That's good.
Yeah.
So what have you been talking about?
I have no idea.
Well,
That's good.
Just rewind it and watch it. Really
Yeah.
quickly. That's 3 times speed or whatever.
Oh, Commander, you remember the Trumbrella?
Yes.
Right. So we've got a few facsimiles here coming along. So there's one there, and it does the hairpiece well. Here's
He
one.
looks a little more like Boris Johnson in that one. Now, this one.
Yeah. This one, I think the YMCA is playing from the parking lot. You see his fist? He's about to do that little, But when we bring it into the real world, I think there is actually a starting point.
And if he's actually soaring off the ground in that poise, he's the Wicked Witch of the West or whatever.
Yeah, or the nanny that just won't sit still. What was Mary Poppins, right?
Mary Poppins was a nice person. The Wicked Witch. Come on.
Yeah. I guess that's probably the better way. But
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain.
And now check this out, Commander. We've been talking about that little raccoon on the screen that points out the donations. We call him Sergeant Buckchuck, right? So we thought, what could the AI alchemist do with Buckchuck playing? Because we've got this orange shit-gibbon monkey primate like thing going on with the AI. So here, check this video out. I don't
need to have the monkey, like crying and throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, we're going to work on that because we got some gags coming up that's going to be some pretty fun stuff to use. AI Alchemist is killing it. That's great.
We have a new character, and it is the orange painted shit gibbon who you coined the phrase for.
Yeah. Here's another one. He's being chased.
Copyright, Commander Macmillan.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. And we figured that Trump would catch on to this whole Trumbrella thing. And so it turns out he's already selling his own. It's gold and everything.
It's the Golden Dome.
Oh, God. At some point, I think he's going to probably knock down the White House and sell little bricks out of it, as curios.
What a brilliant idea when he knocks down that wing to build the ballroom.
All the presidency is really for in his mind is some way to make money.
Yeah. Oh, it's the biggest grift the Oval Office ever seen.
Yeah.
Some presidents have ended up with their portfolio a little bigger than it was when they took office.
It's a smidge.
Yeah. But it's usually managed by third parties on their behalf and stuff. And they don't even involve themselves in it. And here's Trump. Buy my meme coin. I'm surprised he hasn't gone full Gwyneth Paltrow and started selling candles that smell like his wife's vag.
Yeah. He wouldn't know what it smells like.
Well,
you'd have to ask Governor Newsom. I mean, he's also got that fucking jumbo jet, that he's claimed. Oh, that's mine. That's mine.
Yeah, it's going to be the new Air Force One, but it's going to take more than 4 years to convert it, and it goes to my presidential library after. So,
more importantly, they said it would take more to convert it to Air Force One standards than it would to be buying a new Air Force One, which they're supposedly already in the process of doing.
They had 2 on the go.
But that doesn't have golden toilet in it.
That works for avionics. Yeah, just put shitloads of gold in it. That'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
As I like to say, he's a poor man's idea of what a rich man should be. Stupid man's idea of what a smart man is.
It's like his
idea of what a strong man is, etc.
I can imagine Trump. I can imagine Trump looking at the Wright brothers Kitty Hawk, said, "Yeah, it's great, but wouldn't it be better if we made it out of gold?"
Yeah. It should be gilded. That's the thing, though. Commander made a great point earlier on our UA show. It's not gold. It's gilded. It's all just tiny, thin, leaf hammered or painted crap. It's all,
But he thinks it's solid gold. That's the thing. There was that bust of his that is just literally it's bronze and probably just like little tiny smattering.
It's made of the hopes and dreams of young children.
Yeah, but Trump is convinced, and he was telling everybody when he was like showing off. He says it's made from solid gold, solid gold. No, it's not. You can't cast something like that in solid gold. That's not how it works. Not fucking Incas.
Yeah, sorry, Donald, but it would weigh more than 12 pounds then.
Be like Indiana Jones with like that sack of sand, and he's like judging it. How much sand shall I pour?
Yeah.
And of course, you notice that sack of sand. He takes sand out because he knows that icon is not solid gold. He knows
that's the only way. Otherwise, he needs a lot more sand.
He needs a lot more sand.
Too funny. Oh, yeah. All right.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard somewhere that because there's so much weight in, fancy accoutrements and such on that plane, they'd have to cut the press pool size down by half.
Well, that's a really good point.
Didn't they anyway?
Yeah. But that's
that's why I'm saying it kind of fits with his way he's pushing things, is that only the favored tiny press pool who laud his brilliance are allowed
5 people from Fox.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And now he's had to cut it down further, and he's only allowed a press pool of midgets.
Yeah, it's like something like there's only room for 6 non service personnel as the press pool.
Yeah, because it's so overbuilt in luxury, because it's only meant for the Saudi royals to be popping around. Like, it was never meant to hold more than about 20 people.
Yeah, that brings to mind a interesting incident. I was flying back from Germany on commercial, and security at Frankfurt, which is where we were flying out of, is pretty stiff. You end up going through like 3 or 4 screening procedures before you actually board.
Will you ask for your papers?
Yeah. And as we're standing there, they escort through this, in his burnous, Saudi royal, I assume, and his family, and they just bypass all the security procedures and get on the plane before anybody else is allowed to. I'm going, it must be nice to live in that kind of a world where the regular rules don't really apply to you. You just get to waltz through life oblivious to what everybody else goes through.
I bet they were clinking while they was like, smuggling all that duty free through underneath their Arabian clothing.
I don't think that I'm personally capable of behaving that way in a situation of any public nuance at all. You would have to be trained to behave that way from birth.
Yeah. And to be fair, it's not just the Saudis, it's other people too.
Oh, this is just a royal
in England where we're all standing in line to check in. And this British guy walks up and just like elbows his way through the crowd to the front of the counter, says, I'm the Baron of such and such. You must serve me first.
Yeah.
And the guy at the head of the line, there were a bunch of us traveling, military going to Kuwait. And the Marine lieutenant colonel who's standing next to me, you could see his fists forming up and he was just about to clobber the guy. And the lady behind the counter was very conscious of this. Sir, if you'll just come over here. And she takes the guy over and serves him privately while the rest of us go in the regular line.
She just saved his front teeth, is what she did.
I was born to privilege. Why should life inconvenience me in the slightest?
Oh my
Don't
God.
fucking lie me. You should have punched him anyway.
Wow.
The thing is, it goes beyond that now because you talk about royalty and stuff like that, but now it's like TV celebrities do that. Even if they don't even know who the fuck they are, they're just like some second-rate TV celebrity, and then we go, "Oh, don't you know who I am?" Yeah, I'm
a TikTok influencer.
Oh,
yeah. Or I'm some bitch
from Jackass who puts makeup on for the others to watch. Wow, that's important.
If somebody told me, excuse me, but I'm a TikTok influencer, I would treat them with my elbows the way I do skateboarders on the sidewalk.
Hey,
but you'd only punch them in vertical format.
Well, I would give them an uppercut so they could watch themselves go up and back down.
Look at me, I'm being oppressed.
Oh yeah, just give him a good right hook. He said, "You can't do it like that because I'm off screen now." Oh.
Yeah.
So one of the things you said we were going to possibly do on this was
we just lost you there, Commander. Hold on, I don't hear your audio. Do you guys?
Yeah, I hear.
You hear me?
Oh shit! Really? It could be me then. Okay, hold on. I'll rejoin. 1 sec.
It's you. Right, you start off, Commander. Ignore him.
Always Dick's fault.
It's always Dick's fault. Yeah, I can hear you in the chat. Yeah, carry on.
Okay. Anyway, I was doing some research for something, and I stumbled across an interesting factoid. If I were to ask you what are the current deadliest conflicts going on around the globe, I think everybody would understand. Obviously, number one is Russia-Ukraine. Number two, somewhat unsurprisingly, is Israel-Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think number three is?
American healthcare or guns?
Trump. No,
probably true, but that's not a conflict.
Yes,
Trump versus Chicago.
Yeah, right.
No, but seriously,
it's hard to actually remember
Myanmar Civil War.
Wow, really? The former Burma, right? Former Burma.
Yeah, Burma Civil War.
Yeah,
which has been raging for a long time, but in serious form. Started in 1921 or 2021,
right,
when the government was ousted by yet another military coup. And there are, depending on how you want to count it, 4 to 6 different separatist groups, which are all trying to break off from Myanmar because they're ethnic minorities. And they, for the first time after this 2021 coup, they all started kind of banding together to work against the central government.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they doing that to regain their independence after? Like, to me, this echoes the whole
not really
Ottoman thing.
These are ethnic groups that never had independence. They never had a separate state.
Commander, this this echoes a little bit of that whole Ottoman to the Middle East thing where they're like, well, we weren't a country before. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly. And so all these poor unfortunates are, the central government is hunting them down and trying to exterminate them. And it's interesting reading up on it as I was doing it. I got, trapped in one of those Google drift things where you start one place and end up somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
Anyway, the population of Myanmar is about 65% ethnic Burmese, if you will. And the other 35% are these little minority groups. And they have all been waging independently for a long time, like since before the British even left, which is, back in the late 40s, waging their own independent campaigns to try to become their ethnic homelands. And the central government has, and this is under both the military rightist authoritarian juntas and the democratically elected groups.
Yeah.
So Anyan Sung Chi, or whatever her name is, I can't remember right offhand. But even when she was in charge, they were still pursuing trying to wipe out these little ethnic subgroups.
Big time. It's and it doesn't get a lot of press either.
It doesn't. And that was the thing that always struck me, is it would be nice for us to bring to the world's attention, or at least our tiny audience version of the world, bring to their attention the fact that these conflicts are still ongoing all over the globe. And because they don't grab the mainstream press's attention, most people don't even know of it. They aren't aware that these conflicts are going on.
And
Wow.
And I think it's worth noting that they are.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna get in touch with the enforcer, let them know.
Oh dear God. But again,
Send in the Punisher.
But this is what we're going to be going for on this new Sunday evening show, depending on where you live or whatever, right? Is we're going to be doing a roundtable where everybody brings up a few points of discussion based on what's going on in the world at the time. And I'll get to be a bit more myself, and there'll be a right to repair, right to ownership thing coming up, that kind of, and together it'll be a really cool chat, informative, casual, but intense, and sometimes fun, sometimes hard-hitting thing.
Commander, how many conflicts do you think there are ongoing in the world at this moment? I mean,
are we counting the one Trump is already solved?
Yeah. Well, he needs to be reminded how many all these other conflicts, so he can say that.
That one's number 3. Sudan is number 4. I don't know where it goes after that, but I mean, for example, people
got to be 25.
Since 1974, the island of Cyprus has been split in half between a Greek and a Turkish portion, and that still has violence going on almost daily, and nobody talks about it or reports on it. And then these kind of conflicts go on all over the world. We've got Libya is still hot and fighting, and that kind of stuff. And I think that level of violence is something that most of us in the West, or honestly anywhere in the world, don't know about, because it's one of those little small regional conflicts that only the locals, maybe the people next door, know about, and nobody else has even heard of some of these places.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like we very, very short amount of time we had the guy on, talking about the stuff that was going on in Iran. Well, that's all gone quiet. It's all gone quiet. I say it's gone quiet. It's just we're just not talking about. Yeah, no one knows.
Yeah. Another one that doesn't get talked about is Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not talking about the war with Yemen or anything. I'm talking about internally Saudis on Saudis.
Yeah, really? There's serious internal conflict going on.
Oh yeah.
Every now and then we get word of it within the Formula One news community, because they have invested interest in at least one of the teams, McLaren. They have a race and all. So, there's some news sources that get a little bit hot under the collar about the fact that Formula One's helping a regime or an area with massive tourists and all this stuff. And should we? Because you fuckers pulled out of Russia because of the invasion. I mean, right? You know?
Sorry, but we're not just talking political, stuff going on in Saudi. Are we talking about violence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, internally.
That
There was an
the way I've
attack
heard it is
at one of the races a few years ago, and they weren't sure the drivers would even show up for the fucking race because only like 70 miles away from the track or something, shit was on fire and whatnot.
Right.
You know?
about once a month a bomb gets set off somewhere
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia, and it's the anti House of Saud against the regime.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And that's something that bears mentioning is a lot of people think, okay, Saudis are a separate ethnic group. No, Saudi is the royal family.
That's right.
So the name of the country, Saudi Arabia, is basically, this is the realm of the Saudi
Yeah,
family.
it's like Emperor Qin's descendants still running China.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And they've kind of struck, I won't call it secret because it's fairly well known, but not talked about, deal with the Wahhabists, who are kind of an extremist Sunni sect. And as long as the Wahhabists don't say anything negative about the regime, they can do whatever they want. And that's the group that's really pushing all the, women aren't allowed to drive cars.
Yeah.
The women have to go covered. You can't wear Western clothes in certain places, and you can't listen to Western, all that stuff.
You get arrested for spitting. You can't swear, yada, yada. There's some serious shit going on, right? I mean, the Formula One guys, they spray champagne on the podium at the end of every race because it's been done since Dan Gurney did it the first time, right?
They can't drink it, though.
They can't even have champagne on the Saudi podium. They use rose water.
Yep.
Mm.
It kind of makes me sick sometimes that they get so much value as a country out of Formula One due to the fact that I actually know what's going on there. Not as well as I think you, Commander, but, again.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody watching this right now, this is the kind of shit you're going to get in this new Saturday evening show coming up. You're going to really like it. Stay tuned. Make sure you're here.
Sunday.
Did I say?
You said Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Don't confuse me. I've got enough trouble keeping track of my schedule.
Yeah. Well, as Doug will tell you, half of the time, don't listen to me. You'll probably be better off.
I'm kind of worried now because I think Commander McMillan's knowledge of the world is just going to send me down another fucking rabbit hole of just despair.
That's my goal, Dunk. That's my goal.
That's what you were born for.
Let no happiness intrude on your lives. Everything is bleak and miserable.
Yeah, I thought marriage was for that. No, it turns out you came along as well.
Too funny. That's too funny. Okay, I got the oven warming up so I can heat up Felix's stuff, so there's no rush or anything. We're all good here. There was a I'm just trying to get the memory of it together here. Samsung, was it Samsung?
I don't know.
Oh,
You just bought a tumble dryer from them, so it better be good news.
don't connect it to the internet because they'll probably make you pay monthly for one of its features if you do.
No, but at least you'll know when my clothes are dry. It'll be doing its own TikTok account.
Yeah. You can connect it to. You can connect it to my home assistant that I'm just starting up a private home thing, and then we could put it back over to yours. So there'll be a 1 second delay, right? It'll be like talking to your dishwasher from the moon.
Yeah, but there'll be like some fucking TikTok account with my dryer, just posting, from like a bot, and it'll be like, look, he's drying these underwear. They've still got skid marks on them. Look at those images.
I don't know if it's generational specific, but that kind of stuff where your refrigerator, your dryer, whatever, are all linked in and telling you what's going on. But at the same time, they're also telling the manufacturer what's up in your life.
Exactly.
That kind of invasion of privacy really makes me uncomfortable as hell.
I will not have it, Commander. I will not have it. Man, Dave, it gets so bad. These apps and stuff are tracking where you go, where you park on you, the apps on your phone. They know where you went shopping and so on.
I think it's even worse than that.
Oh, it is. I
anecdotal, but my wife and I are thinking of taking next fall a river cruise in Europe, and so we're talking about it.
Yep.
And like a couple hours later, I log on and I'm checking something online.
Yep.
And the ads start popping up for various river cruise people.
Exactly.
We haven't even gone online to search for the thing.
Exactly.
And I swear to God, they have to be listening to the conversations you're having in your house.
Samsung already got busted for this twice. Their smart TVs with the cameras and the mics and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was already busted twice, snooping on you and so on. And I lock my shit down at home so bad. But one of the worst offenders right now is Discord itself. I can have a private chat with somebody in a PM. And if I go on Google and do a search for whatever we were talking about, it has the specifics for the search and it really knows. Or just go to an ad-filled website and boom, what you were talking about on Discord will be an advertisement. Discord is horrible right now for this.
So when Trump and his gang seize power, that means all they have to do is talk to the folks on Discord and they'll be able to identify every person that said anything negative about them ever.
Yeah, you're fucked.
This is why we're really considering, because I run a private server. We use a media server from it, a few other things that we have in the background and stuff. And I'm considering running a private forum from it and getting rid of our Discord and doing it that way. I know that's not the most popular decision for real Discord users, but I don't like them selling my shit.
No, but at least you can sell the data.
Hanging it on YouTube.
Yeah, right. So we might do that. And there's a Docker I can run on our server, and it would give us a forum that's all set up like an old school BBS board would be. There would even be like some old school ASCII Risk games and stuff people could play and whatnot. It would be really cool, man. So we might do that coming up, right? Because I'm sick of this shit, man.
We could just go back to writing letters to each other.
Cuneiform.
Oh, that's so old school. We don't do that anymore.
But we'll have to write letters in Cherokee or something just to make sure nobody can crack the code.
But we already have the URLs.
Thing.
Yeah. We already have the URLs to do this, so we could literally have a private hangout, no problem, right?
The funny thing is when you look back at the history of this sort of like technology. You remember the days when people were talking about like internet fridges, when you scan the items as you put them into the fridge, and the fridge will know when you've run out, and it will order it, so it automatically says, back then. Do you think they were going like, oh, this is data? This is data we can sell.
No,
I think it was kind of like innocent.
Yeah,
then.
Starts out innocently enough.
Yeah,
this is a good idea. It'll help your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then very quickly, some capitalist figures out a way to exploit it for money.
Exactly. That's how I see it too. Originally, it was an honest idea by somebody who was trying to help humanity, and then it was butchered by venture capitalists or, similar, right?
Yeah. That's what they said about Hitler.
yeah. He brought us the Beetle, but the V rocket as well. No. Don't clip me on that. You don't do it. Commander, I did talk to Nick in the background. He wasn't feeling good today, but I think there's a decent chance that we can convince him to be a part of this Sunday show. So bug him in the background. Say, hey,
Bugger him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think you could just convince him, nicely. I don't think you have to go that far.
Well, what I was going to say is buy him one of those things that the chicks use on OnlyFans and just call him a lot, right?
Cheat. Why is he winning all these chess games? Oh, I don't understand.
It's what they said about the Royal Navy during the Napoleonic era. Rum, lash, and the buggery.
But only if you're good.
Yes.
Did that turn into the old rhyme, friggin' in the riggin', and there's fuck all else to do?
I'm not sure there's a connection there.
No, man. I'm a big fan of the Sex Pistols version of that, friggin' in the riggin'. They did a really good job of that. That was awesome. The first mate's name was Mabel. To fuck she was unable. So the dirty shits nailed her tits down on the ballroom table or something. It's funny as hell.
Never heard that one.
Oh, yeah. Check out Friggin' in the Riggin' by the Sex Pistols, Commander. It's hilarious. Yeah. They stuffed his ass with broken glass and circumcised the skipper. It's really funny.
Oh.
I think what you will find is Commander will debunk some of the naval phrases used in that song just because they rhyme.
It's funny.
You can't.
This isn't an iambic pentameter. Why would we listen to it?
Yeah. That's not the correct term for an able seaman. An able seaman is not using that terminology. This is an able seaman.
I was watching something like, I don't even remember what it was the other night, and on TV, and something was said about, some naval practice, and I'm just sitting here going, "No, you guys are idiots. It's not that." Mid rant, and I'm going, "Why do I give a shit?"
Yeah.
I know. It's funny. It's like the writers have heard a thing, or they've read it in another book, or they've seen it somewhere. They go, "Oh, I'll use that terminology because that sounds about right."
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not right.
Yeah. I get that a lot when I watch like so-called documentaries on the 80s rock and roll era, and they start talking about like Ozzy Osbourne biting the head off a bat. No, it was a dove, and it was in the office of the record company guy, and he really did do it though. The damn bird landed on his shoulder, and he just looked over and grabbed it and bit its fucking head off in the middle of the executive's office. And they were like, fine, two record deal then? Like, that's literally...
We're good with that.
Yeah.
Don't bite my head off.
Exactly. Get this fucking guy out of here, man. I remember being a kid, I always thought the bat story was true, but it's not. No. It was a bird.
Kind of makes you wonder, what's the most bizarre story to come out of rock and roll legend?
Ooh.
That certainly rates up there, but there are others that you just kind of go, huh?
Yeah.
And ones that are actually true, because this is the problem with a lot of stories, because there's so many. I mean, I was reading up on there's like the history of like Wild West heroes, like Billy the Kid and Doc Holliday and all that kind of stuff. And it turns out most of their stories are pretty fucking fake. There was no gunfight at the OK Corral. It's just completely made up. And this goes with like, so they're talking about Trump rewriting history. It's already been done. All these weird stories, or anecdotes of the past, and they're just like made up, and they're just like embellished over the years to like
Sounds
old
good.
wives' tales.
Let's put it in. No, seriously, I think that's what drives a lot of it is, if we told the actual facts, people would just go, boring, and not read the book.
Yeah,
Put in one or two salacious tidbits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder how many people, is anybody telling the truth about anything?
Well, I mean, look at some of these new dramas that have come out of Hollywood in the last 15, 20 years where they use historical context, but fuck it up to the point of insanity. And then you've got all these younger millennials and stuff that believe that Marcus Aurelius actually had a Rolex watch in the Colosseum.
No, it was a Timex.
Not a Timex. He would never go for something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't wear your Rolex in the Colosseum because it might get broken. That's when you put the Timex.
Right,
on.
that's a faux pas.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You'd wear your gold Trump watch.
I sense a marketing opportunity.
Yeah. And of course, the Trump watch, it doesn't cost you anything if it gets damaged, so it's all right.
Yeah, but they're $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, well,
it's
unless you go direct to Temu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much cheaper if you're actually at the Trump Coliseum because you can see the big Trump sign on the side of the rocks. You walk in.
Oh, I think given half a chance, that's what he'd want to do. He loves that kind of ostentatious BS.
Has he ever done a sports team?
He plays golf. Or let me rephrase that. He cheats at golf.
I'm surprised he doesn't sell his golf balls that he's used.
Oh, he does. He sells Trump brand golf balls.
I mean the ones he's actually used.
Say again?
I was saying, I'm surprised he doesn't sell the ones he's actually used at like inflated prices.
Oh. Wouldn't surprise me if he did. I just haven't ever heard of it.
Yeah. I think that's the problem. We just haven't heard of it yet. We haven't looked it up.
Yeah.
I bet he does.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that's going to, over the years start leaking out of just the kind of nonsense that he engaged in as a money-making opportunity. Because
do you think it's going to change?
It's a cult, and his followers will eat it up. It's used toilet paper that Trump used. Oh yeah, I'll buy that.
Do you think it's going to change how the presidency is looked at in the future, or do you think there's going to be like legislations or laws or something to not allow this to happen again? Or do you think that's going to prevent people wanting to become president because they just want it for the grift?
We had a number of laws enacted after, for example, Nixon left office, where we try to plug holes in the law that were obviously being exploited and weren't supposed to be being done. Because
plugging holes in Eliza's
American
bucket.
Government is based on an idea that a good person, a gentleman or gentlewoman, would not do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then inevitably somebody comes along and does it. And then you have to go, okay, now we have to change the law to make sure that no one ever does this crap again.
Yeah, we never thought we'd have an asshole elected as president.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at some point we need to sit down and think, okay, even if it's improbable, oughtn't we have a law that prevents it? Because so often we come up with some politician of some sort that breaks that social convention because there's something in it for himself.
Yeah.
Mm. I mean, the thing with Trump is, you talk about the legal system and the laws he's broken, and the simple fact is he just doesn't care. He'll still break the laws anyway, and the legal system say, well, just say, well, no, you can't do that. Well, I just did.
Well,
And
yeah, in his mind,
there's no kickback, there's no repercussions because he just does it anyway.
yeah, in his mind, he can just spend through it. It doesn't affect him, right?
Well, he famously said he could shoot somebody on Main Street and nothing would happen.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, he just shot up 11 people in a boat in the Caribbean and nothing's going to happen.
Exactly. That's a topic I wanted to bring up and we hadn't yet. They have claimed a few things, but Commander, as far as I'm reading between the lines on this one, they've said so on, not so much. They said, oh, that boat was coming to America, yada, yada. But it's this tiny little thing that could never have the fuel to do it and so on. They said there was more people on it, except the size of the boat kind of, if they had anything with them, it would, they'd almost be sinking if they had that many people and the thing. It sounds to me like Mr. El Salvador or whatever said, hey, for this jail thing we're doing for you, yeah, I need them done.
Yeah, I think...
I know that's extreme,
having been involved in counter-narcotics operations. So I'm familiar with what kind of boats were generally used to smuggle stuff. A crew of 3 or 4 is the norm. And often the boat actually does not have the range to go across. Now, I was on the West Coast side, not the Caribbean East Coast side, but they did the trip in 2 stages. And what they would do is contract with some legitimate fisherman to just load more fuel than he needed. And they would rendezvous at a pre-designated point somewhere in the middle of the ocean and refuel
up them up
the drug transport.
Right.
And they'd finish their voyage. And they jettison the boat once they reach shore. They don't try to reuse it. It's just abandoned.
Right.
So, it strikes me the type of boat that we're using, which is kind of an open boat. It's not one of these sleeked over high speed thingies, which
it looked more like something a 60-year-old Japanese guy'd be fishing in some little port.
And, there were 11 guys, not 3 or 4. Where's all this alleged coke that they're smuggling stored on this tiny little boat?
Yeah.
There's just so many things about it that just don't ring true.
Yeah.
And I'm not even touching on the question of ROE, of being allowed to shoot that thing up. I'm just touching on the factual or non-factual basis of it was a drug smuggler. We shot it up because it was.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. There's the moral side of it. Is like you can't just go around blowing shit up because they're drug smugglers. They're criminals. Fine, you can't just blow them up.
Yeah.
How's that heard of due process? Well, of course not, because I'm talking about Trump.
I mean, the Coast Guard actually, about the time I was working with them, they just started training snipers. The Coast Guard had never had trained snipers before. Mm-hmm. And the idea wasn't that these guys were going to, have their gun trained on people on boats they were boarding. The idea was you'd put this guy in a helicopter, they'd fly out. If they couldn't get the boat to stop, he'd put a round through the engine block to stop the boat from moving.
Right.
That's why they needed a highly trained sniper. And so that little one thing caused enormous distress within the Coast Guard itself, because the Coast Guard always prided itself on being a non-violent kind of organization. They were law enforcement, but not, cops shooting
not
cops
killers
or criminals. They were mostly about helping people at sea who were in danger, enforcing fishery laws and so forth. And Yeah, Coast Guard reenlistment numbers began to decline when they started doing this stuff because so many Coast Guard serving personnel were upset by that transition from that kind of an organization to we're going to shoot things.
Yeah.
So the fact that these guys just, oh, look, there's a boat that we don't know what it is. Looks suspicious. Let's send an airplane out and blow it up.
Yeah.
They didn't even try to board the thing.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, what's next?
Yeah, exactly.
What is next?
I don't know. Doug,
Didn't realize Dick went out. I was on a different
Dick
screen.
isn't here to tell us what we're supposed to talk about. I feel lost, confused.
Oh, no, it's open forum. We can talk about what we like now.
No.
They've changed my favorite pizza. The walls are closing in.
Oh, no, they put anchovies on my Hawaiian. Oh.
I'll confess, I love anchovies on pizza.
Oh, me too. I love anchovies on my nipples, but that's a different story.
See, this is what happens
It all goes to shit. Yeah.
when Dick isn't here. Yeah.
Trying to think what other interesting stories may.
See, the thing is, this whole Venezuelan boat thing. It's just another one to notch on the list of shit things that happened under this federal government. There's going to be more. I mean, we're still waiting for the troops to come marching into Chicago. That's gonna be happening, and that's not gonna go down well.
And reporting right now is that the troops deployed in D.C. are suffering significant morale problems. What a surprise!
No shit.
Yeah.
Cleaning up garbage when they've been taken from their families and their jobs and stuff and whatnot.
You have to understand, National Guard personnel.
Yes.
Don't, they're not active duty. They're not on the job getting paid for that. They all have real jobs on the outside.
Yeah.
And they're only activated in times of emergency. Well, here we are. We've activated them for an emergency, and they're at the point where they're sweeping up trash and picking posies or whatever. It's just like, not only is it not a duty that's not important, but more importantly, these people are being held at a low paying National Guard job while their real livelihoods, they aren't getting the money to support their families.
That's right.
Yeah.
Also that the orange turd can, claim, I made DC secure and clean.
Yeah.
That's because no one dares go in it anymore.
Well, nobody. Vegas is saying that tourism is so down because one of the things that's actually being reported by travel agents online is some people are scared to come to America right now because they don't want to just be sent home by ICE.
Oh yeah,
that is seriously screwed up shit, man.
Oh no, they won't be sent home by ICE. They'll be sent home by border control, but ICE will just bag them up and ship them to Uganda or something.
A couple of shout outs here. Salt of the Red Earth became Shills' apprentice today. Huge shout there. We have David Kendall in there, 8 webs as well. So another big round of applause. They could be membership renews. It doesn't tell me very well in YouTube. Kind of a, for all the money YouTube make off us, they treat us like garbage. And then we had UTV and Hammond with a $5 super chat as well, which was thanks for having Lance on. Well, if all things go well, this is not having Lance on. This is a second show with Lance on it on the channel, which is probably going to make even more excited. And then we had UTV and Ham gifting out Shills membership. Oh, yeah. Cool, buddy. Thank you, man. Loving the memberships. We love gifted memberships around here because the last person to get one on the show gets the bar tab. if that's you, make sure you send me your username, address, zip code, whatever it happens to be. Send it
Card
to
details.
yeah, exactly, right.
Oh,
You
look at the time.
send it in by mail. You can mark your envelope. I'm stupid enough to pay for your beer, British Columbia, Canada, the Shills or something, right?
Yeah,
There we go.
here's my OnlyFans password.
Old joke around here, but thanks everybody. We don't actually send out the tab.
Don't we?
No, but in my brief absence there, I got Felix all fed and stuff, so I'm not in a rush right now. I just cracked open a beer, and I figure, if everybody's good to go, we got, 30 minutes we could do still?
I'm going to have to punch out in about 15 now.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll drink quickly.
What?
Canadian, it can be done. Yeah, exactly.
Don't go for the growler. Just go for the little can.
Dick always goes to the growler.
I actually I prefer more of a runway, but we've also got a direct donation in here that I missed for a long time now there. Johnny C in the I hit the wrong button. I muted myself instead of doing that.
Hooray!
Yeah, Johnny C in the chat was a direct Ko-fi donation there for $13. And there was a cool message too. Enjoy what you can on 13 lucky US dollars. Slava Ukraine, Slava Canada, Slava Europe. Fuck the orcs. I put the last one in. Yeah. Good show, Johnny. 13 American dollars in Canada it's only 2 or 3 pesos away from a mortgage down payment,
I think we're going to have to start putting funds together for Commander Macmillan's psychiatry bill. Once he starts going down all these rabbit holes, he's going to end up going down.
Actually, if you want to do a brief little fundraiser for Commander Macmillan, I know he's going to hate this, but we need to get him the power line Ethernet adapter so he doesn't have to run an ugly cable through his house, but he could be plugged directly into his router, which would be far beneficial when streaming.
Oh.
Yeah. They're actually cheap. Yeah.
This arrangement works fine.
It actually doesn't, but we're going to do this. I can get your address and just simply mail them to you. You realize this, right?
Fortunately, you can. Of course, that doesn't mean I'll be able to figure out how to hook it up.
Oh, no, it's literally as simple as plugging them in.
Plug it in.
Yeah. And it turns the power lines in your house into Ethernet cables, and your connection to streaming will be just as if you're plugged in. It makes it badass, man.
Basically, it's like Independence Day. Instead of the aliens putting in the code of their data into the satellite information. Hey, keep up with me here, Commander. What happens is the your 50 what is it 60 hertz over here? So your 60 hertz mains electricity becomes modulated. So it will actually send the data along on a modulated frequency along your electric cables that picks up from one end of your Ethernet, your input to your output, and you get all the data just like coming through. It's just modulating the frequency.
Wow.
Of the
But it works really good, and you can get some seriously decent speeds. It's not as good as real Ethernet, but it's way better than Wi-Fi.
It's damn good. It's damn good.
Yeah.
No, shut up. It's damn good.
It's really good, especially when you're doing like video conferencing like these shows are. It's so much better. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, totally worth it. I've encouraged a few people to do that, and it's really good.
No, Commander's thinking now, I must watch Independence Day.
No, I
was
remember.
not sure if I liked that movie or didn't.
I know that's one of those. There's some memories from it that are cool, and there's some memories from it that are just, oh dear Lord, that was awful.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie, but it's a great B movie. It's like a really super high budget B movie.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I mean, if you ever seen, I mean, you must have seen Earth versus the Flying Saucers, and it's unwatchable. And
Is that where they have the plates with the sticks and they spin them?
No, that was Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah,
Which is a B movie. Well, it's not even a B movie.
It's a C movie, right?
It's a D movie.
Cadabra.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a scientist. I do science. So many great lines in that movie.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Yeah, I saw a few. I saw a UFO. What you mean from up there?
Oh, that's funny.
That movie is a classic. Awful,
Yeah.
awful piece of crap. I love it.
And Bubba Hotep.
Oh dear.
Me being into Egypt, that name just takes on all kinds of levels of hilarity.
You seen the movie?
Yeah.
I don't think I know it.
Oh God. It's like utterly ridiculous. Elvis isn't dead, and he's now a hunter of the undead.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sounds perfect.
In an old folks retirement home.
Yeah.
You're
I won't go any further because it just goes further and further down the, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's even weirder. Oh my, how weird are we going to get tonight?
Yeah.
You're not bad selling it at this point. Yeah, it sounds great.
I think I seen this on Laserdisc, to be honest. Although it could have been like CED things or something, but it was back in the day. I guess maybe VHS, but you know.
Oh, get it on Dickflix.
I will. Yeah, I'll download it and put it on the server for sure. Oh, speaking of which, we're getting reports that switching from Plex to Jellyfin is working really well for a lot of people. So if you have access to the Plex server, let me know and I'll hook you up with Jellyfin because we're ditching Plex coming up because they're going to try to make you pay to connect to our server. But they already charge me like $150 a year to let you all connect.
Yeah. Stop whinging, you git. Commander. There's a
get one more.
there's a movie that came up in my radar recently, which is quite interesting, and you may know it because it's quite an old movie, and it's called 6 Days in May. Where where there is a government coup. Well, there is a coup to put down the president of the United States, and attempting a coup. And I would love to see that movie.
Dudley Moore in that?
No.
It's an old movie from the 60s.
Who's it? Not Charlton Heston.
It's really well done. And
Burt Lancaster. Burt Lancaster.
Oh, wow.
And somebody else playing the younger guy who's doing the coup. I can't remember who it is. Yeah, no, I'd love to see that because it's like a situation that we might possibly start seeing happen. Possibly, maybe. Do you think?
Let's not engage in wishful thinking.
No, we must.
That's my inside voice.
We must engage in wishful thinking because that's all we bloody well got.
Yeah.
Have you? Speaking of which, I terms like there's certain things that you got to really watch and stuff. Have you noticed that on YouTube, people have come up with they unalived themselves, or that's the way people are.
That's been around for ages.
I've only just seen it recently because a music guy I watched was talking about somebody who took themselves out of the picture way back in the day, and he said they unalived themselves. I was like, what? And I had to Google it, and it turns out this has been a thing for a while. I just don't watch the channels that used it,
Yeah,
right?
you're not allowed to say suicide.
Yeah,
or murder.
exactly. You know?
We unalived him, or he unalived.
Yeah. It's
Like,
so
what
stupid.
the
Why can't we
actual
just be adults, man? What the hell, you know?
Yeah, it kicks you out of the algorithm. I mean, you should watch review channels talking about The Walking Dead, and nobody knows how to describe anybody else because you can't say they're dead. You know, no, eating zombies. No, they're not dead. Oh, no, we'll have to come up with a new word for it.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Nira in the chat, self-deleted. That sounds digital. It sounds more computer, and yeah, I don't mind that. I like that. Self-deleted it is. I'll take that for $1.
Which reminds me, the new Tron's coming out next month.
Oh yeah.
Oh goody.
Oh, speaking of which, I think For All Mankind must have a new season coming out soon, because in my Pirates site, everybody's uploading that show right now. And I know there is going to be a 5th season for All Mankind. Yeah, Commander. Yeah, what's his name? The old dude that, yeah, I know. I love that show.
That was a really good series.
Oh, man. I've rewatched it twice already just because I'm desperate for content that good, you know?
Yeah. But you won't watch Andor.
I will.
The one I'm watching right now with extreme interest is Chief of War.
Oh, I just started adding that to our private video server because it looks pretty good. Yeah.
And Momoa and his friend, who were, brainstorming how they were going to do it, and because they knew they wanted it to be about Kamehameha's rise to power, but his perspective on the whole thing is kind of dull. And then they found out there's the guy who is basically his war leader, his chief of the general staff, if you will.
Yeah.
That character is related to Momoa.
Wait. Give us. What's it about? So, what's the show about?
It's about I won't say discovery, but the initial phases of the exploitation of the Hawaiian Islands.
Yeah.
Where at the time, each of the islands was ruled by its own independent Hawaiian king.
Yeah.
And then the whites start showing up, and, there's valuable things to exploit, so let's take over the place.
Yeah.
And that's occurring at all the same time as various factions within the Hawaiian kingdoms are trying to figure out how they can take all the islands and become the over-king.
Yeah.
And when's this set? Like during the 1800s or something?
Yeah,
I think it's the early 1800s, if I remember correctly.
You know what blew me away was Kamehameha. Kamehameha. Sorry, right. Doing that Oumuamua, the asteroid thing. But the Kamehameha is the name of the club that Rick runs in Magnum PI.
Yep.
And I was shocked because I figured that was just some bullshit name that some asshole came up with. I had no idea.
He was the one king that unified the Hawaiian Islands as a kingdom.
Yeah, I only just learned that recently. Yeah. I always thought that was a throwaway name, No,
and then these are all, I won't say all, but many of them are actual historical figures that are fairly well documented. And the actors, many of them are, native Hawaiians, and those that didn't know how to speak Hawaiian made a point of learning how to speak Hawaiian so they could do this show, this series, for the parts that are done by the natives in their native language.
Right.
Which to me is like, wow.
Yeah. There's a that Jason dude, he seems to be putting a lot of family history sort of passion for the project into it, and he's not willing to sugarcoat and wash it out, right?
Yeah. It's a pretty brutal time.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good stuff about that. That's one of those shows where I'm saving it up so that I can just sit down on a child-free day and, get my barbecue or my whatever ready, my delivery, and just do a day of it,
Yeah.
I remember when that
I've
guy
really
was just
been
the
enjoying
chunk. I remember when that guy was just the chunky muscle dude from Stargate Atlantis.
He was on
Jason
that.
Momoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have such an issue with Stargate. I won't even get there.
You big puff.
I think for me, it's just the second half of the movie because it sucks. Right, the first half is really good.
So you're right off 400 episodes of TV just because of one half of a movie.
It's hard for me to take MacGyver seriously, jumping from galaxy to galaxy and stuff. I don't think I can do that.
Well, he doesn't take you seriously either. So fuck you.
I know. I just did that whole what's it called when you put an actor in their thing and
I won't even tell you which episode where he comes on. Richard Dean Anderson comes on and said, "Yeah, Dick Dawson's a fucking arsehole." Oh, it's in one of the episodes, but I'm not going to tell you which one.
I'm sure it's in the first season because he was dying to say it, right? Oh well. So shit. Well, we're getting there on time now. We don't want to keep Commander past we're allowed to keep Commander for a while, but there does come a point where other people in his life will
It's time for his special mud bath.
Oh, I wish.
I do too.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to pay for his. Fuck,
So I'll take more blueberries.
It's like that scene in Coming to America. The commander's penis is now clean.
Yeah. Don't you have sex with your bathers? Of course, but
that was the best scene in the whole damn movie, and they cut it out or when they put it on TV these days.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because I saw it on TV, but I saw it like before, and I knew that was missing, man.
And what I really like about the scene is when Eddie Murphy breaks the
looks,
fourth wall and looks at the television or looks at the camera with his eye raised. It's like,
yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, guys.
That reminds me of here one more Eddie Murphy thing. I want the knife.
Yes. That was an execrable movie, but there were some pretty decent little scenes in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those movies. It sucks, but it's good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Golden Child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Later,
Talk
buddy.
to you next week.
All right.
Night,
Take care,
night.
Lance. See you, buddy.
Yeah, you can send me down to Misery Land next week.
Yeah. All right. Look at this. I even have a button to make that simple. See how easy that is. Yeah. So, next week, same time, same bat channel. You'll see Commander here as well. We'll probably have Nick Suter as well. And it'll be a little more structured. Everybody gets around, turn at the table. Not for that, but we'll be talking about current events. It may not be stuff that's completely hard hitting in the news, but it's going to be stuff that matters. There's going to be some friendly banter and some bullshit and fucking around, just like the way we do it. But for things that matter, we will give it the respect it deserves. And when somebody's an asshole, hey, we can show it, right? It's no big deal. So it'll be fun. Hope you join us.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. So let's see. We've got to. I only just noticed it when we only have 3 people on. If you look at the hexagons as if you're on LSD for like way too long, it's kind of Mickey Mouse. So
it's your idea.
yeah, well, Dave, you're the nose, so go first.
Oh.
What do you think, man? Let's wrap this up and get it out of here. What do you think? You know
what? I think I'm next week going to talk, if I'm available, which I probably am, about shrinkflation.
That's a good one.
Everything, all of the Christmas chocolates are getting smaller every year. I've just seen it in the Tesco. They've gone up in price again.
That's a good one. Shrinkflation, inflation, shitification, and whatnot is a big topic right now. Good call.
It's like when you buy one of those plastic tubs of chocolates and you can fucking see the bottom through the chocolate.
Yeah, no, but it's not even that. There's more plastic in the chocolate than there is in the packaging. You know? So what do you think, Dunk? I think we've got a good idea here that will evolve into something if we can, actually get the, thing. We'll see, right?
Yeah. We'll see.
And don't you people watching think that we're throwing pub chat into the bin. That's going to be on Friday and stuff, right? We're still doing our pub chat.
Oh shit! Does this mean we have a new title sequence?
Yeah. We this is going to be weekend wrap up or something. I don't know. If you got a better idea, give it a name, right? I don't know.
Dave Show.
The Dave's Not Here show.
Yeah. It's the ET extra testicle Eddie Torres show.
Oh, actually, I might as well, in all seriousness, given that it is the Shills and I am allowed to shill myself out at least once a year, I will be coming back for a new podcast.
Yeah, cool.
About gaming and interviewing people on Kickstarter that are sort of maybe like, I don't know, maybe a few $100, pounds, euros away from their target.
Oh.
And we just like send them like the final bit of their money, and then they're really grateful and they like shill out my game. I mean, I'd say that quite a bit out loud, but
unlike Trump, it's not bad for you to do it. Yeah. We're
helping other people first, obviously.
Yeah.
We're currying favor.
We do the same thing here. We bring small Ukraine YouTubers and stuff on the show all the time. And as much as we give them subs, we always get some from them.
Yeah. How is that struggling Starsky guy these days?
Yeah, still struggling, but doing okay.
Yeah. We should bring him on. Help his channel out a bit.
Yeah. It's time for a charity case show, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Next week we'll highlight the Enforcer. They're struggling.
Oh God. Okay. We said
let's get out quick. No, nobody heard that bit. Nobody heard that bit.
We said we weren't going to talk shit about anybody in that kind of way on this show, but
did we? I never signed a contract.
No, but even the Enforcer's father wouldn't listen to him right now, and his mother kicked him out. So what does that tell you about the quality of the content, right?
No, their mother's right here, just like cleaning my penis.
Funny, because two days ago she was here making my bed in the morning. And fucking can't even get a tight corner, bitch. All right. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Hopefully next week we have even more coherence and it's a worthwhile endeavor. Until then,
even less coherence. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Less is more, as they say, right? And
it is for Cadbury's.
Yeah. Less is more for everybody right now. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Huge thanks to our contributors. Our mod team, we got Shayna, PJ CNET, Mexi Girl, Carpazian, the AI Alchemist, Jose C, and Super Chat Matt. And I think I'm caught up on shout outs.
We would also like to thank all the people that didn't watch the show tonight. Yeah, you know who you are. You didn't watch the show, so yeah, make sure you watch it next time.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying that message to them because they didn't hear it. So never mind.
Yeah. If you were too busy washing your father's delicates and you couldn't be here, we thank you anyway.
Mm.
Good night, everybody. See you soon.
Stay chilly.
That's a good
Bye.
piece of advice.